was ever a third party that shows can be said.
Hello, welcome to Talk Your Own with Ukila Prince. Today is a special day and it's a beautiful day, and I'm sure that for every day as this, great things happen. So I'm sure that you are in for a great time. I have a wonderful, delectable woman, strong personality that is with me here in the studio today on the Talk Your Own show. And we'll be discussing something very unique, and I'm sure that you will really have a good time. I have with me here today the president of Brace Up and Rise Foundation, no less a person than Ijeoma Ihezuoh herself. IJ!
Hi, it's nice to meet you. Thank you.
How are you?
I'm good.
Share your glowing, man.
Yeah,
Oh my.
thank God, it's God.
Well done.
Thank you so
Nice having you in Talk Your Own today.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Meanwhile, let me start by saying congratulations for your book launch and the inaugural. The book is here already. Yeah. I can see that. Don't worry, I will show you guys. Okay. So, how are you? How have you been? Now, congratulations for that. Great event. Black Community Canada TV was there live, and on the red carpet, it was, I think, beautiful event, and having a lot of personalities that were part of that very event. So, tell me, what inspired you to establish the Brace Up and Rise Foundation?
Okay, thank you so much. It's an opportunity for me to also speak out. I've been speaking to people one-on-one. Thank you for this platform. Brace Up and Rise Foundation is actually talking about myself because it resonated with what I've been through, and how I can also speak out to the audience in a very silent mood. When I mean silent mood, in the sense that I don't have to make it so like I busted so much like that to the community. So it's about me surviving as a single parent, as a single mom, so to say, in a new community where I find myself with my kids, trying to shuffle the lifestyle I have back in Africa and the one I'm going to meet up here in Canada. So it's been kind of tough, back from Africa we had nannies and we have maids, we have sisters and maybe aunties or moms who can also come and cover up for you, and then you face your other things, business or job or career pursuance or so. But here we're going to start on the basis that you're going to work on yourself. If you want to work for the nannies, you make the money and you pay the nannies, or you just keep working and kind of streamline how you can plan your strategy of taking care of yourself and the kids. So I am a survivor of a lot of some back home stories that I had with my marriage was not too pronounced like that. I'm from a family whereby we do not make so much noise. We keep ourselves together and work out things. So coming into Canada with my 3 adorable kids, my youngest was about 3+, about 4 years old, which I had to back him at the back and hold the 2 young girls, was very, 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 very hard for me to work with, But at the point of me coming up with my initiative, I had to embrace a lot of circumstances that was coming towards my face. I had to embrace a lot of problems, and I was trying to see how can I solve this alone with these kids. I keep talking to God, and I keep seeing some directions, but still I'm trying to work out things. But it's not working the way it was working in Nigeria because I could call for help. So I had to embrace it. That's why I said I had to brace up a lot of challenges I was facing. Yes, I had to first of all find a way of getting my papers first as an immigrant. I came in as a refugee. Secondly, trying to integrate into the weather with my kids. The kids actually love the weather, but as we're growing older, then also trying to get into the food, then the structure of working, starting all over again from not what we had back home. So I had to do that, and when I did that, I saw God has been with me. I saw a lot of positive changes in me, and I rose gradually. I didn't just jump like that and spring up. I embraced the situation at hand, and I was able to rise with it. With some resources that I worked with.
From your experience, I believe, just like you said, the Brace Up Foundation is bettered via the experiences you had.
Yeah.
So, do you mind giving us some specific challenges, that single parents face, possibly from your experience, and that your organization hopes to address?
Okay, thank you. And now the Principal Rights Foundation, our sole aim is to see how we can, empower a lot of single parents. And I keep saying that being a single parent is not intentional. Nobody.
That's right.
I'm not classifying it as just being a single mom. We have a lot of cases where a lot of people are still single parents, in the sense that either by the virtue of their husbands or spouses are not here with them,
Yes,
in
that's
terms of paperwork or in their immigration status. And again, in terms of one of them, they're so much in love that one passed on, and they couldn't just find a way of that. So then 3, we still have people that they decide to live separately, okay, because this thing is not working out, but they're still in marriage, but so they couldn't work out things. But one thing, any man or woman who takes care of the kids alone, 2, 3, 4 kids, even one, it's not easy single-handedly working on those kids, because it takes a lot of grace to work with these kids in terms of their mental capacity, their mental health, and also your own self-care, your own self-love, and how you can also pay your bills.
That's right.
So that is what I went through those routes alone, and I was saying, how can I cope alone? Because these 3 kids are 3 different human beings with 3 different characters, right? And at the same time, you have to be equal to all. You don't have to put a particular special love on one person and the other person.
That's right.
So you have to be very neutral. So it was something that I couldn't manage, but I was able to cope with God on my side, So
That's interesting now. Interesting. Because I was looking at it and I was like, for you to have come up with this initiative, you have actually gained a lot of experience and quite a lot. You've seen some positives. You've been able to manage certain things properly, for you to come out to impact other people. So how do the societal stigma and cultural norms impact single parents, and how can we work to change these narratives?
Okay, now that's an amazing question, because the stigmatization of being a single parent is, I don't like to use that word stigma, because a lot of people are scared of coming out to say they're single parents. Okay, because of the fear of the unknown.
Yeah.
And again, because of the vulnerability as a single parent. Now, let me go to the aspect of being a single mom. Like, now, being a single mom, the society or the community thinks that you're not like what to do, where to do, or you're being recognized, especially in the African context. They feel that maybe there must be a problem with you, why the spouse left you or you left. But the European world, the society we came in to migrate into, do not say that way, right? So they feel that you must have the problem. So why can't you cope? And if the worst case scenario, they hear that the other partner has another spouse and move on with the kids, but they don't understand it doesn't work that way. So and the African culture is still in part of us, like mostly we have grown from the age of 0 to like 35 to 40 years before migrating to this part of this world. We still have that belief, that mindset, the way our parents trained us, that you do not have to be separated from your spouse. You have to be, for better, for worse. You have to endure the pains. You have to endure the...
That's biblical, right?
Yes, it's biblical. Yes, fine. But if it's getting too much chaotic and causing like violence, I usually advise that it's only one who is alive that can speak. So if you cannot speak when you're alive, I mean, is it when the person is gone that you will speak? No. So, but if you've done your due diligence with respect and love and honor to your spouse as the head of the family, that's from the women's perspective, and you cannot fit in and it's not working. So I think you have to give it space. They can't be two captains on the same ship accordingly. But that has not been working out well. Because when people now do that to come to this part of this world, they think that the women are the problem. Yes, don't get me wrong. Women have their own flaws, a lot of flaws. I can tell you that. But the stigma is that coming to this part of this world, in Canada, like for example, they believe that you can't marry another person, another man. With 2, 3, 4, 5 kids, no man can marry you. But no, the case is changing. The table is turning around now. Even some good guys or most good men still come for you when they know the value of what they're pursuing, right? So that stigma thing, I think we are trying to also educate our people back in Africa that if the marriage is not really working for better for worse, as said, in the course of your marriage, you have to give space. And if you think after giving such space and there's no reconciliation or resolution of how to move forward, then you move on.
Okay, let's look at the area of support and resources. Coming to Brace Up Foundation. So, what types of support system and resources does Brace Up and Rise Foundation provide to single parents, and how can they access these services if you have that?
Yes, basically, Brace Up and Rise Foundation. When I came in, I was known as IJ Motivates.
IJ Motivates.
IJ Motivates. Yes.
How did that come about?
Yes, when I came into Canada with my case 2019, and I just came in with $75 left.
Wow.
And all the lifestyle I had back in Nigeria, there was no way I can find them around me, my friends and everybody, because I actually wanted to leave that space so that nobody would stop my movement and everything. So coming into Canada, I started digging a lot of information on my own. I was making inquiries. I was willing to learn. I was going to volunteer. Volunteerism is very good.
I don't want you to lose that thought.
Okay.
You talk about the lifestyle you left in Africa.
Yes.
So can you give us a clue? Yeah. So let's with what you have right now.
Yeah. Okay. I was an ex-banker. I worked in a bank for like 12 years.
Wow.
I got a couple of promotions before I left. And you know what it is to be a banker. I have good background check. I have good clients that I dealt with in the sense of my marketing, strategic marketing, in the sense of customer service, and at the same time risk management department. Over the years, I built that confidence. They have so much confidence with me and trust in the sense that they give me businesses, and we've been doing one-on-one, and the bank has been benefiting from it, and also them to vice versa. But coming to this part of this world, everything that I had was like, I'm starting from the scratch, as if I just finished graduating from university. And I was like, how am I going to cope?
How are you going to cope? Okay, we will come back to that very question. Okay. So, but right now, let's go on a little break. Viewers will be right back.
Thank you.
It builds every third party that shows JF can be said.
Okay, welcome back, viewers. It's nice having IJ here. What's that surface you attached to IJ? IJ something.
IJ motivates.
IJ motivates.
Motivates.
Oh, goodness me. IJ motivates. In fact, that's powerful, right?
Yeah, because you see, everybody was like, "Oh, I'm doing this business. I'm doing this." I said, "Okay, this is what I love to do," because I had to motivate myself. I had to encourage myself to move on. It's a lot of it's not something I planned that my marriage won't work out, but I had to move on. But how did I do that? To be frank with you, I had to go into the community. I was going to do a lot of volunteerism, even the one you asked me to do and the one you don't ask me to do. I'm back and calling. I'm very, very loyal to that aspect. That I was seeing people, mostly my community, be like, "Oh wow, this is what I've been missing for 2 years." I hid myself in the closet. I hid myself in my room, and I'm like, "Okay, just go to work, pick the kids from school, eat and dinner. We're all done." So I started motivating myself. I started checking out for resources. I started going for trainings, the ones that can be paid for and the ones that can go for free.
That's over here in Canada?
Yes, in Canada, yes. So I started educating myself. I started my integrating into the system gradually. I started attending my church programs and also partake in a lot of like the food banks, the gear banks. I went to volunteer with Salvation Army, community. Everywhere you see me, I'm always there. At least 1 hour, I touch base and I learn from them and I meet people. So that was
okay. Lest we lose that information I want to get. So Brace Up Foundation. Now, are there services you render to people in this who are in this category? And do you have partners or supporters that are part of what you're doing, or possibly organizations that you are collaborating with in that?
Okay, presently, like Brace Up and Rise Foundation is just a newborn baby, right?
Yeah.
Is actually migrated from IJ Motivates. Okay, so we have some sponsors and partners that we're working with behind the curtains, and they actually saw the vision and mission of what we are proposing to them, which we already have worked with them too. And we want to see how we can empower a lot of single, because Basic Rights Foundation is basically for single parents and their families in the community. We want to see how they can thrive, to grow, even diverse families. We're not limited to, we're not just black, we're covered everywhere, and we see ourselves in the future to go globally, but we're starting first from Canada. We want to see how we can elevate them, empower them, okay, and support them with some resources that we have partnership with some of the organizations in here in Canada. Also international bodies too. We've gone far of letting them know our intentions, our visions and missions, and I will see how they can also support the cause. And I've been to various interviews and meetings, which has actually given them a clue to relate with me. And they said, okay, they're interested in helping these families. So how do we help this family? We start from the foundation, which is the parents.
Okay.
My focus are basically on the parents. If I can get hold of the parents who are single parents, because a lot of parents go out to work 9 to 5. And you know how the inflationary prices is going all over the world. They don't have time to bond with these kids. Okay, I actually started with myself. For the first 1-2 years I came to Canada, I was basically working 2 to 3 jobs. I did babysitting, I did care service, PSW. I did cleaning services, and I also went into becoming a financial advisor, where I can also...
So one of the things, if I heard you clearly, is that you're trying to make sure that the parent or the single parent still have bond with the children.
With the kids. I wanted to create that bonding with the kids.
That's one of the things you aim to achieve.
Yes.
So what else, if you let's just give me those points. What are the things you actually want to achieve with this, so that our viewers can really, align with what Praise Up is really doing? I think it's expedient that we get that.
Yes.
So number one, I think I got that clearly. It might not be written out black and white in your
bullet pointed, right? Yes.
Yeah. So any more.
Okay. So we look forward to see where we can train these kids to make them like an independent variable. Okay, because we know that these parents, medically, most of them are not fit. I sometimes annoy me, or when not annoy me, like kind of, I feel bad when I hear parents dying at the age of 35, 40. So we know from the age of 12 to like 15, with this jet age, we see kids that are very smart right now. We want to see how we can also train them to be independent. So I'm working with some of the youths who are also part of my volunteers in the last event. They have ideas and talent shows that we can do for them. Okay. Also teach them how to be like, what exactly do they love to do? We want to see how we can empower them, so they can start from now. They don't have to wait for when they get to that age. Because most of these parents, they work around the clock. They don't come back home to check the kids doing their homework. So we want to see if we can reduce the stress. And how do we reduce the stress? Is by them having time to bond with the kids, and at the same time educating them, making them understand that they have to be, they have to be independent on their own. And how would they do that? By going for events, by showcasing. They can, because most children don't go out because their parents are not there to guide them. Yes, they want to like round the clock. They know their mom will be back so time. There is no way of you working with them, and we need these people. We need their brains to work now. We need them to be active, to be articulate, to also understand. I'm not saying that they cannot have their own childhood freedom to do, but at the same time.
Okay, are there more things apart from these that you've mentioned that you hope to achieve via this?
Yeah.
Can you just highlight that?
Okay, now I've talked about the bonding with the family, with the kids. Talked about training the kids. Then thirdly, we'll talk about them going like a youth empowerment platform of equipping them to be like going for trainings. Okay, at the same time, teaching them how to be industrious on their own. Okay. When I mean industrious on their own, to create what they love to do. If it is this, you want to do architectural drawing. Like I started with my kids. My kids, from the day I knew that they are basically they have a time that we work with. Okay, from Monday to Thursday, you don't watch TV in my house. Okay. So when I pick them up on Friday, or they're coming back home, they shout, "Oh, Mom, thank God it's Friday." I see that excitement in them. And that was what we grew up with. Even when we're walking back home, we're excited. Even here, thank God it's Friday, because, Friday is like your jamboree, way to enjoy life and everything. So we should try to teach them that this social media stuff is actually supposed to be positively inclined for these kids. But unfortunately, some people are not managing it very well. So my kids now know their strengths. I teach them. We have bonding. I have a time to talk to them, ask them, "Can you do this for me?" Then also I throw them to a particular event. When I mean throw, I just go there and drop them there.
Okay, thank you. You quite a lot for the kids,
Yes.
which is beautiful. But I want the single parents,
The single parents,
Yeah.
yeah.
So is there also could it create? Maybe you've not thought about it.
Okay.
Could this also be an avenue for matchmaking?
Well, the single parents platform, we have a very, what we are doing is very, very intense and deep. The first thing I want to do for every single parent is for them to be able to get their balance first in terms of financial capacity. We have financial advisors and investors who wants to also educate them in terms of getting how they can streamline their savings culture and save towards the future. Then we also have a platform whereby we're working with some resources with the government and some other organization, which I know I will put, is actually on my website. If anybody want to see more of that, they can just go and check my website on Brazil Parents Foundation. And then from there you get more information. We have consultants that can also attend to you for consultation and all of that and give you more info, but we need to know where do you fit in. So, and again, we want to see how we can also empower the women. The women, most men don't speak.
As a single mother.
As a single mom, yes. Most men don't speak because, I don't know if it is basically because the way they are. Most men enjoy a lot of things, but deep down, they're going through a lot.
In the event, when I was interviewing people, I was asking most of the people I interviewed, the men and the women, single fathers,
Single dads and single moms.
So which of them actually bear the grunt more? And because I was of the opinion that especially for those who have, as a father, as a dad, it's more difficult to raise the kid, right, than the women.
Yeah. Even in the Bible, God knows why he asked Eve to be part of Adam's lifestyle, because he had actually seen the men has their own very good ways of training kids, but it's not working with this jet age of now. You know what I'm saying? So those days,
especially when you have female kids.
Yeah, when you have female kids, because they cannot express some things to those kids because they feel like, are you sure I'm right? I'm going to do the right thing to this girl, But there are chances that when you leave your kids with the moms, especially moms, the real moms, when I mean real moms, these days we don't really have real moms.
Really?
The kids tend to grow with that nurturing from the mom. The dads will talk 1, 2, 3 times, they'll give up.
Most women will want to take you up on that.
Yes.
Real mom.
The real moms, when I mean real moms, we have a lot of moms these days that are not pursuing the love of their kids. When I mean having time for their kids because they want to enjoy the life of, after all, he has gone on with his own life. Let me do my own thing, So, and that is a lot of sacrifice. The good real moms, they always stay to the end.
We're out of time. And there's so much to ask you. There's so much that you also want to, I believe, unleash.
I know, because it's very deep. Basic Parents Foundation, we're just starting up. We're really like about 6 weeks old now. Okay, and we're looking forward to do our virtual meetings in terms of trainings and also working with my MPs. Shout out to my MPs, MPP David Smith, and my MP Samad Zahid of Scarborough Center, and also Mayor of Brampton, Patrick Brown, and also most of my friends. And in fact, I have amazing friends who I think in one way or the other they see the vision with me, my initiative on this Basic Parents Foundation, the Brampton team, a lot of people, even the Scarboroughians too, they're doing a lot to support this cause. But the thing is that we are stepping gradually, We don't want to rush it, but at the same time, we're trying to collate to know the people that really need those services and those empowerment platforms as soon as possible, because we need to run with it. And it's really, really very important that if you have anybody that is a single parent and that needs this information, that wants to be part of this team to grow, we want to see they can be elevated and empowered with our resources and information and also trainings, please. We'll be expecting your call.
All right. Thank you so much, Ije. It's nice having you. We don't have much time to talk about your book, but you also launched this book on that same day, which is Single Parents Guide to Raising Remarkable Children. So is it on Amazon?
Yes, present on Amazon, and you can also get it Kindle, and you can also get it from Nigeria. There's another stuff, they call it another one, like looks like Kindle. But if you go to Amazon, you can get, people have been getting, and I'm getting good reviews on that.
All right, so we look forward to actually reviewing this book, and possibly we'll come your way very soon with that. So I think it's a beautiful one. So Ije, it's nice having you in the studio
Thank you
today.
so much. Thank
well
you.
done. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
And we know it's a new dawn, it's a new beginning as well. Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much. And
All right,
thank
guys.
you, everyone.
That's our show for today.
God bless you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Your own. It builds every third party that shows.
The church,
Yes, Kennedy said.